Alright, so I went real quick to check things out, and it looks like the red ball is ready to go. It's ready to start rolling. So, Peaches, with multiple red ball games, let's roll them across the finish line.
Is that my cue? Oh, me? Okay. Hey everyone, I'm Peaches. I'm gonna be playing red ball for all of you. Am I good to go? Do I count it down?
If you like, yes.
Okay. All right, let's go. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Hey everyone, this is the red ball series, and I'm gonna be doing red ball 1 through 3. And these start simple enough, but they end up getting kind of nasty. And this is a really unique experience to try to learn this, because it seems really, really simple at the gate, but there's a lot of kind of like weird little physics aspects to it, and a lot of skips that are like really, really tough. And like I'm going to be trying to pump the brakes a little bit and just do what I know works. So I'll maybe be trying to like call out some of the differences between what I'm doing and what the speedruns do, because some of the speedruns are just like pretty nuts, actually. There's like a surprisingly dedicated community to both like playing and running these games that I had no idea existed. For example, there's like a tool assisted run of what I'm doing that will do it in like a fraction of the time. And oh, nice, I got that. Okay, pretty tight jump there. Anyways, yeah, so there's like a tool assisted run that does this in like a third of the time that I'm going to be doing it. And there's just like crazy physics, like momentum carrying and like death warps and like, I don't know, just very, very tight stuff. Which translates to a really cool speedrun if you know what you're doing, but it's sort of like a, kind of a frustrating experience if you're just like learning it from scratch. One of the things there is that like that elevator, you can get like extra momentum if you jump off of it at the apex, but it's very easy to get like too much height. Same thing with these platforms; they can sort of like scooch out from under you. Okay, hang on. Nice, wow, that was actually a pretty good first try. Carrying that momentum through to get over that barrier, because I was supposed to go left there, and I was supposed to like touch a button to like remove that barrier. Okay, that was a nice skip. But yeah, no, there's a lot of runners, a lot of really dedicated players. I was like trying to pull up some videos just to kind of get a feel for what like several people are doing. And I'm looking at their like live split timer, right? And it keeps track of their attempt count. And there's people who have like tens of thousands of attempts. And so it's just like really, really dedicated. I can't believe I got car first try, by the way. I think I was a little bit early on this. There's like a setup where you can carry through your momentum just a little bit. Nice. So this is going really well so far. I was like talking big game about how easy it is to mess stuff up. And I'm getting all my like baby strats first try. Including like this one here, that weird like, I don't know, like piston churning machine has some kind of strange like death warp that you can do where you break it off of its like piston, and it just like finishes the level. Oh, that was a dumb one.
The red balls become multiple red balls now.
Yeah, you just shatter. And it's kind of interesting. I mean, we're going to be seeing like the evolution of the red ball like as the games progress. You saw like on the main menu or whatever that there was like a big happy smiling face, but in game it's just a ball with a line on it, just to, I guess, like signify the rotation of it. But as the games go on, they start kind of like developing more of like a character and a style to it, and the red ball cinematic universe will develop right in front of your eyes. Okay, so here's where the physics start to come in a little bit. There is a way to like cross this. There's some kind of like damage immunity that I couldn't quite like get down reliably. I'm going to try to utilize it later. But for that level, I didn't have much luck with it. Here's Train. This is like a pretty tricky level. because again, you have to kind of like manage the momentum of the train going underneath you, and also try to dodge as much stuff as possible. In the next car in front of me, those red lines, I guess those are like, I don't know, flaming hot stacks of rebar or something, because they just instantly kill you. So you might get baited into moving over there. Oh yeah, so here. So if I understand this right, you just pause twice, either on the level transition or after dying. Whoops. And then what you can do is you can then like buffer a jump on spikes, and you get like 1 bounce of immunity. So I didn't like fully understand it, but that's like the one time where it really, for me at least, like makes a big difference to set it up. And there's other places to do it, but that to me was the most important one, because otherwise you have to go up to the top and then push these boxes over into the spikes. But the boxes themselves are physics-based, so it's very easy to like push them in the wrong spot. Oh, so that's Red Ball 1. And because this is the like Red Ball Tournament Edition, like full package or whatever, I can just use a keybind to switch between games. So now here we are on Red Ball 2, and you can see now that I actually have a face and a smile. And as long as I'm moving, that smile never goes away. So it's representative of how happy one is when they're playing Red Ball. So once again, because we're at the start, these levels are a little bit simpler. But new to this game, there's going to be a new glitch or technique that I'm going to use at some point. You can do like super jumps. I think though, I believe that it's a 1-frame trick. So I'm not going to use it here. So at the start of this level, I could have done a super jump there just to like not have to push that box. But it saves like a second or two. And there's a whole bunch of little implementations like that, like especially in, you know, the tryhard speedruns, and especially the tool-assisted run, where you know, it's worth doing it if you're going for like a PB attempt. But for a marathon, it's like I could mess it up like twice, and then all of a sudden I'm just losing time. So I'm trying very hard to, you know, have a decent marathon showing.
Well, while you're slowly ascending, we do have $25 from that one clown who says, "Greetings from Restream. You just lost the game."
Thank you. Thank you.
And now so is everyone else.
Thank you for that. Okay, so this is going to be the first time, because otherwise I would have to push this like giant wheel all the way over here, and it's pretty slow and cumbersome. So I'm going to try doing this. I think means that you've stored a jump, and then when you unpause, as long as you're holding jump, you'll do like a double jump, and it stacks both of them together. Nice. Okay. And yeah, the real top speedruns like utilize that very frequently for multiple reasons, either to like get around barriers or just to sort of like skip an elevator that they would otherwise have to wait for it to like descend and ascend. And then there's actually like clips as well. I'm not going to be doing those. I'm just going to be keeping it for like the really, really big skips. Including, there's one right here. So what I'm supposed to do is push that boulder, or rather I'm supposed to jump over the boulder and then push this plank of wood to like make a bridge, and then push it over and then go back under. But it's like so much to do that if I can get this. There we go. That was totally worth the time it took to, you know, take 3 or 4 attempts to get it. Something I should call it as well is that even in cases where you can just sort of like super jump immediately to the flag, you actually have to get all of the stars in this one. So in this case, there are ways to like super jump to speed this one up a little bit, even though you have to go to the left to get the stars first. But since I have to get all the stars anyways, I'm just going to kind of do like the baby mode and not worry about getting like the really nice super jump. Because all I have to do is just push the wheel a little bit. But I think if you just like super jump straight up, your physics of falling will like just barely like push the pulley a little bit to allow you to get in that door. This one here, I think, is one of the biggest examples of saving time with the super jump, because what I'm supposed to do is go to the right and then get a torch, and then push that cannon, and then slowly wait for it to like reload cannonballs to blow up in the wall. And it's really time consuming. So I'm pretty sure I could mess this up for like a minute. There we go. So yeah, that was huge over sort of the like dev intended way of doing this. Okay, here is where things start to get a little bit crazy with sort of like the in-game like physics mechanics. So there's a boat here, and I need to raise up this bridge for it. And the boat is like really, really unstable. And as I go over across this bridge, we're going to see deadly acid. And I need to commandeer my boat over the deadly acid and get stars as I go over them. And the thing is, if I land like away from the center of gravity or whatever, it'll actually like partially capsize me to the point where I will dip into the acid and die a miserable death. So that's where things start to get a little bit weird with this. Okay, this I need to look at the timer. All right, this level has a insane strat on the speedrun where you like just partially push the elevator, like the platform, such that you can like bounce across it without moving it. I could not get that to work like once, so we're gonna do it the baby way. Unfortunately, the baby way involves like 6 more cycles. So it's like quite a bit slower. This one was one where like during the early stages of trying to learn this, that I definitely was feeling very, I don't know, like demoralized by trying to get this to like work. So I'm just gonna do it the normal way. But yeah, it means we have to like push the elevator all the way one way to get the box, and then bring the box all the way over, put the box on the button, and then we're gonna have to wait for it twice. So it's gotta go all the way to the right and then all the way to the left. Then we have to ride it all the way to the right. So pretty convoluted level that the speedrun like speeds up tremendously. But yeah, we have to get all the stars, so we have no choice. And if there is anything else to read off, I guess this is a pretty good time because I'm just waiting for a little bit.
I believe I have a few things I could say. So if you're curious about what this event is, this is you're watching Speedromizer. We are the charity marathon with a twist, where what you submit is not what you run. Instead, runs are shuffled across all runners, and then they have 90 days to learn their game, like you're seeing right now with these red ball games. If you want to learn more about it, you want to join the community, like the idea of that sounds like a fun time, go to speedromizer.live/discord. We have had 150 plus runners since 2023, and they have learned over 200 individual runs, and that number will only be going up. Perhaps you might end up being the next one to run red ball.
Maybe.
Look at it. Look how happy it is.
Don't you want to be this happy? Yeah, and something to keep in mind too, like I totally encourage people to like check this out. What I will say is that the initial submission for me was actually to do games 1 through 6. And it ended up just being like a little bit too daunting for me and like a little bit too much to learn. And you know, everyone was really flexible, and I ended up, you know, I guess like downgrading my category. And you know, everyone was really supportive of it, and it's really just, you know, finding some way to have fun with it. So I encourage people to check this out themselves if they have any interest. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and I'll also add that sometimes also the game can simply just not work out for a person. I've run into that myself. One event I had, I think it was Super C for MS-DOS, and I couldn't even get past the first stage. Luckily, we tend to have a bunch of potential other runs. Usually whatever wasn't selected, or just kind of kept around as like a potential one that someone else might want to learn if, say, their initial game just doesn't pan out for any reason. yeah, that one ended up in me learning, I think it was Yu-Gi-Oh! Sacred Cards, and the best way I can sum that up is we're a third-rate duelist with a fourth-rate deck, and then we make a first-rate deck, and just trying to steamroll everything.
Yeah, I've actually been watching a lot. Something for like speedrun marathons normally is, you know, you see people who have like years of history with the game, or they're at least like, you know, pretty experienced with it. And I've really been enjoying watching runs from people who obviously are not like, you know, mega fans of the game, or, you know, have a long history with it. And it really sort of, I don't know, makes everything feel a lot more approachable. So it's been just like a fun like twist on speedrun marathons. I've really been enjoying it. Okay, so this door here that I just opened up with that like waterlogging, that's one of the ones where you can clip through it if you like super jump over it. But that one I definitely could not get the library. Whoa, that could have been bad. This level has like multiple steps to it, and pretty tough to get. Oh, please stop. Yeah, that's gone. Of course, I got to put the circle down there, the one that just won't stop rolling. But yeah, there's like 3 buttons up on top, and I have to like match the shapes to the platforms in order to move those barriers that are like right above the star there. But it's tricky.
So you're telling me this clearly goes into the square hole, right?
Yes. Oh, please stop. Oh no. Yeah, I gotta reset. Yeah, sadly not everything goes in the square hole. You actually have to follow the shapes. And usually this one doesn't give me any trouble. I think I just need to like pump the brakes and respect the rolling a little bit more.
Well, if nothing else, she will actually sleep easy tonight.
Yeah. Hopefully she's watching. Please don't. Okay. All right, so I need to get off here, but I also don't want to, like, yeah, okay. I don't want to, like, wedge it in between those. So I need to push the square all the way to the left because I need to get the triangle on the opposite side of it. And this is something that actually gave me the most trouble. This is what I was more worried about when I was going into this run, is you have to push this with just enough momentum to get over the square. I don't think I've given enough. Nope. Nope. Come on back. Get the Dorito on the other side. But you have to kind of like really, oh, that looks better. Okay. And so now I can just push them both. And thankfully they're wide enough, you know, the base is wide enough that I can just push them together. And I'll try to get some of my dignity back with a swag trick here. Very nice. Okay. That wasn't too bad. So far, I think that's the only, like, big mistake I've been making here. But yeah, the biggest sort of, like, experience that I had with this, like, learning this run is just, like, how many things can go wrong. Like, when you know the right thing to do and when you're doing the right thing, it's, like, not too terrible, but, man, I was having a heck of a time trying to learn how to, like, not mess stuff up in a lot of these. This level actually is a really good example of that because these planks really want to kick out from under you. So what I do is I land on them and then buffer a jump and then kind of like wait for them to chill before making my next move. And yeah, once again, if you like dip your, I guess I would say toes, but if you dip your like, you know, tangent into the lava, you just die.
If you dip your tangent into it, your sine will cosine.
Exactly. That's right. This is a good example where you know, maybe I should just like do the level normally. So this level is just like Kaizo. Just like jump out and like reveal platforms. And it really doesn't take very long to like do this. I was just trying to get the, like save the 5 seconds it would take to super jump up there. Okay. This one's actually like a kind of neat level. Every time you jump off one of these, it will destroy. And so it's just a matter of like, you have to go all the way to the right and then go back. So So it's just a matter of like saving some bricks for the way back. So kind of a fun level. Doing this one like really clean feels good, but I'm gonna play it kind of safe. Because it is pretty time consuming to mess this one up. I gotta like get some momentum. There we go. Not bad. Ooh, this is one of my least favorite levels. Here, I need to like bounce off of these, but I have to bounce off of them like to get them to go to the... Uh-oh, that could be bad. That could be very bad. Please, don't give me that. Can I get that? This is gonna be clutch. Oh, that's clutch. Oh, that's so clutch. Because if it were to get like scissored off the edge, like it's just gone forever. Oh, come on. Okay. Wow, that was actually mega clutch. That level is very easy to get gate kept by. Whoops. Oh, that's not good. Okay, so now we have this acid volcano, which is slowly erupting. And we have to climb to the top. It's not actually really like that tight, as long as you just don't really like miss a whole cycle. It's fine. Some of these cycles are pretty favorable. Here's where like if you're just like a beast at the super jumps, you can just like jump up and get the stuff like really early. But I'm not a beast, so we're going to wait for the boat, which has been stashed away in the acid volcano. And you may also see a crown on the right. So there's a crown of stars and a literal crown, and then Red Ball announces, "This is my crown." So, oh god, that could have been bad. For whatever reason, it does count as part of the objective. So I need to don the crown and then touch the flag, and he says, "Hey, thanks for your help." So that's number 2. All right, moving on to Red Ball 3. So now you can see that Red Ball is even more happy. Life's good, you know. I guess he's the king of Ball Land or something. I don't really know. I didn't actually look into the lore. But there's trouble in Ball Land because his ball wife got captured or something by the evil ball. So you got to save her. So once again, we're going to hold right and jump on some platforms. And now there's a little bit more variety here. We got like switches to depress. And this game also has some kind of like super jump mechanic. But in my experience with it, it didn't actually seem to like speed up too many levels too much. So I didn't even sort of like practice that one. But I don't think that it really changes too much. Like in the speedrun, there's some pretty crazy stuff that they do. But I think this, game number 3 is straightforward enough. Here, this is like a slight safety strat because I'm going to use this box to protect myself. There's like a chute with spikes at the bottom. And if I just barely edge this into it, hopefully it should fall right into place. Ooh. Yeah, that's bad. I don't know how to like prevent that from happening, but man, maybe I should just go for it. No. It's just not worth it. No hubris in Ball Land. But yeah, there is a way that you can like just sort of like ease down the chute. Oh, please let me through. Thank you. Oh, okay. I was getting flashbacks on that one because sometimes it just gets lodged like forever. If you do super jump up to the top here, that is a pretty decent shortcut. I think that's probably one of the more substantial ones, but it's not too bad. Just 2 elevators to go through. And yeah, like there's definitely some more complexities that they're adding into these games as we go on. That was the thing about like Red Ball 4 through 6, is that like some of the levels were really, really simple, but then there were these like boss fights where the boss has like weird behaviors and it's kind of tough to like manipulate him and all that. And it just really like the learning process was like very daunting for that one. So this is, I think, like the perfect stopping point. Oh, that was sick. And it's got like a canon ending, like I think the lore like tidies up a little bit nicer. Kind of reminds me of like I played like Chex Quest a bunch as a kid, right? And they came out with Chex Quest 2 and 3, and like they kind of like retconned a lot of the lore, so I just sort of don't really like respect 2 and 3. You know, what is the word for it? I don't really observe them. I feel the same way about Red Ball 4 through 6, and the other Red Balls. There's actually, I mean, there's like dozens of these games. Okay, I gotta like beat this and create a platform for it. Nice. Okay, so this is kind of a cool level, I guess. There's this ant maze, ant farm that I have to go through. And there are some pretty like sinister lore implications to this like ball skull, because it's shaped like a ball, but there's like a nasal cavity, and I don't have a nose, so I think there's some sort of, I don't know, like lore implications as to like whose skull that is, or what's skull it is. Okay, when you get all 3 stars, you can reset, which is a huge time skip that even I can do. Anywho, yeah, the random decayed skull in the caves is definitely a departure from the smiling and sun shining. So anyways, now we're on a roller coaster. Oh, I had like a tiny frame skip right on that 3rd one. That could have been devastating. All right, gotta take a step back from that. And what's kind of nice is like this minecart is actually like weirdly sticky. It's not too hard to like surf it. Other stuff that you ride, it's like easy to get kicked off, especially if you remember stage 1-8, you know, from Red Ball 1, the car stage. It's very easy to get thrown out of that car. In fact, wow, I don't think I even like commented on that. That car stage has like absolutely walled me at times. So getting that, I'm dead. Getting that first try was like ridiculous. I don't know how I missed that. Yeah, so here we are in the desert. We have to like brush into that guy's like goatee, I guess? Hockey stick? That reveals his tail. Lots of surf over here. And now I just need to desecrate the pyramid. Presumably this is like a mummified ancient Egyptian ball person. Yeah, into the Forbidden Tomb. And there you have it. And by it, I mean the pyramid. We're still not quite done with this. Nice. That was a pretty good diving board clip. Skip. Okay. Jumping on the wrecking balls here. These are pretty easy to get kicked off of, so you have to sort of like manage the normal vector or whatever of your movement. Okay, this one here, oof, man. If I can get this first try, I'm going to be pretty happy. So this is like a crane game level, and I'm going to try to park it just on the right side of that. Yeah, okay, that looks pretty good. And then turn on the gripper, and then submerge. So now we've got a box. And what I'm going to try to do here, this is another level where having the super jump is pretty good, but I think this like alternate strat is like fine. Nice. Okay, that actually went really well. It's pretty easy to like stop driving the crane like a little bit too early, and then you're just stuck because you can't jump through the gap, and you can't get back into the crane machine once you depart it. Nice. Okay. And then here's more of these things, which again I need to like bounce off of to the right, because if I bounce off it to the left, you lose control of it, and it'll tip over the other ones that you need. All right, this one is pretty easy to mess up for me. It's another one where like a super jump would help you out. I don't think it's like that much faster, but it would make it easier. So I need to start this one rolling and immediately get over to this seesaw, and then not roll off the back end of it. Clean, dude. Not quite enough. Not quite enough. Please. Okay. That really shouldn't be the hard part. The balls that belong to Iggy, yeah. So we got one of Iggy's wrecking balls here. We just need to release it at the forward momentum or whatever, the centripetal force, centrifugal force. And here, okay, so if I can get this early, this is going to be kind of huge. You can like jump into the corner. Oh my god, was that first try? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, you can like store some momentum by jumping into that corner.
That's not a ball at all.
Yeah, I don't really know what's going on here. I think the dev just got sick of their own game, I guess, and now you're like a Patrick Star Kubert, I guess. I don't really know what the hell I am.
We
this
have
also has
Kubert at home.
Yeah, Timu Kubert. This also has some weird lore implications, I guess, but it's never brought up again, so I'm just assuming like I actually like hit my head on a wrecking ball or something like that. And then I wake up on the swinging bridge. Okay, this is another one where double jump might help me, but oh, that's bad. This one, I don't even know what's like intended to do here, because what I do feels stupid. But what I try to do, oh, that was sick, is squish it down as it goes underneath, because otherwise it gets stuck there like sideways. Wow, this is going like so well. All right, this is the dreaded helicopter section. There's another one where like I'm not really sure if I'm doing what you're like originally dev intended supposed to be doing, but if you use your little toesies to push that button, that allows you to land and exit. And it's really finicky. And if you like touch any part of it, you just explode and die in a ball of fire. So I'm not really sure if that was intended. Oh, I'm dead. This one's tough. I have like kind of a setup that works, but you can't even like jump over the ball because it'll burn the flag. Okay. Wow, this is actually going like so much better than, I'm pretty sure this is a PB.
Happy Fun Ball versus
Yeah, so here we're just gonna
A&D orb.
Yeah, and he's got like a dead man switch that like starts sending your loved one very slowly into the grinder. You just have to like watch for a bit and then push her over, because otherwise like she'll revert back to the center and fall in. And then you start making out. So that's it. That's GG. That's the good end, I guess. So this is what I don't know, like respect is like the canon ending. You know, we get this like fake out ending of like, I'll be back. And I assure you, dear viewer, that I will never open this game up again. So that's Red Ball 1 through 3. Thank you so much for watching. That was actually really fast. Wow. That was like, I'm almost positive that was a PB. That went really well.
There was a lot of really good rolling. So where can people find you?
Oh, hey, you can find me on Twitch TV/Peaches. You know, in between GDQs and GDQ submissions and de-rusting and all that, I just do like viewer requests. So I'm no stranger to playing games that I may or may not enjoy too much. So if you want to see me suffer or enjoy stuff, like feel free to find me there. And I've got some cute dogs too. I didn't get a chance to like show them off on camera, but they're really cute, I swear.
So what I'm hearing is you should totally go into that chat and suggest 80s wrecking balls.
Oh, that somebody actually did. I did that just like 2 months ago.
Oh, never mind then.
It's pretty fun, but that game is like 120 races. Like it just doesn't end. So it's a cool game though. Anyway, yeah, no, that's it. Thanks for watching. Please keep contributing.
Yeah, of course. All right. Yeah, keep contributing. Keep saying yes or no to Disto. Keep getting in for those puns. But right now, we're going to take a short break and then get the next one going. So sit tight and don't go anywhere.
Thank you.
Alright, GG again to Peaches for that run, and showing just how much one ball can truly roll around and make a difference. And you too can roll around and make a difference by going to speedromizer.live/donate. But right now we're going to take a small break as we get things ready for Godzilla Monster of Monsters. So we're going to be playing a few ads. Just sit tight. Take this moment to hydrate and do so for yourselves. And then by the time we're done, we should be good to go for the next run, and we'll be ready. Hello and welcome back to Speedromizer. We are raising money for QMUNITY, and if you're curious about who they are British Columbia's Career Trans and Two-Spirit Resource Center. They've been helping over 13,000 people per year since 2022 by providing province-wide resource by delivering province-wide resource center programs and services, providing a safe space for two-spirit, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, intersexual, and asexual folks and their allies. And if you'd like to help give towards that, you can type !donate in the chat or go to speedromizer.live/donate. That'll take you to our Tiltify page where you can donate. You can also put something towards our current poll and incentive. We still have an ongoing poll where you can say yes or no to Disto. Yes has a pretty commanding lead, but you can turn the tides. Your donation can turn the tides then and there, and then we do in fact say no to it. We also have and also for one of our upcoming runs, Kirby's Dream Land 2, we have what we are calling Tempest puns. Every $5 towards that incentive will get you a new pun. We are currently at $37 Canadian towards that. So right now you will get 7 puns. You can get up to 15. So if you'd like to get more, definitely donate towards it. And while you're at it, you can actually do this for both. So you can donate towards that, and you just say yes or no to Disto. And whichever one you would like to do that towards.